Hello everyone, welcome back to Oz Talks Chelsea. On Thursday evening, there is a London derby between Chelsea and Tottenham Hotspur, and I'm going to tell you three things in this video. First of all, we're going to have a little chat about the game. Second of all, I'm going to show you and tell you my starting 11 prediction for the game. And third of all, I'm going to give you my score prediction. See how I think the game is going to go. Will we win? Will we lose? Now, make sure to comment down below what your starting 11 would be and your score prediction. I'd love to interact with you guys, and if you enjoy the content, a like and a subscribe would be genuinely the world to me. The community we've already built and the support in the first video was sensational, so thank you so much for that. Anyway, let's talk about this game coming up on Thursday. It's a bit of a weird one for me because if I'm honest with you guys, I'm a bit too confident about it, and I need to ask you guys, are you worried about how confident you are? Because it just seems that it has to be a Chelsea win, and I know that sounds bad. Now let me talk about those reasons why. First of all, our record against Tottenham in recent history is actually genuinely incredible. Like, really, really good. Second of all, Tottenham are just having a really bizarre season. They're really low down. I think I predicted them third at the beginning of the season. Ange isn't necessarily getting right. They've had so many injuries. It's looking really worrying. And yeah, I'm just not sure what's going on there, if I'm being honest. And with Chelsea, it's another weird one where we find ourselves in fourth place, but we have to ask ourselves, are we actually that good at the moment? And we have had a lot of injuries recently. We've not been starting our first team. But the great thing is about this game coming up is we've just been told by Enzo Maresca in his press conference this morning that there is almost everyone back to full fitness. We've got Cole Palmer back, we've got Noni Madueke back, we've got Nicholas Jackson back, already fit, ready to play. The only bad side is Romeo Lavia is injured. I think he's just had another tweak on some part of his body, and I'm starting to get a bit worried about him. And just a quick word about him is, how long do we let this kind of injury go on? Because availability is the best ability. And with someone like Reece James, we have a catalogue of proof of why he's so good. Whereas Lavia, I'm just starting to get a bit worried. And one of the reasons I'm worried is because Caicedo, if he gets one yellow card in his next 3 games, he gets a 2-game ban. He's probably going to get a yellow against Tottenham Hotspur. It's a London derby. He's the kind of player to tackle, commit, and everything like that. So I think we might be going into a midfield of like Reece James and Enzo Fernandez as a pivot, and that's good. But when we're chasing Champions League, it's something I'm a bit worried about. I can't lie. But anyway, I think we have a good record against them. I think we're going to be strong with all the players that are coming back. So yeah, it should be interesting. Let me know if you're worried about how confident you are, because I'm feeling a bit too confident. Anyway, let's go into the starting lineup, and I'll tell you how I think we're going to go into this game. So, moving into the goalkeeping defence, Sanchez in goal. Now, I would put Jorgensen in goal, but Enzo Maresca has said, I think during international break or maybe before, that Sanchez is back to his #1 keeper. Is there any point in me just putting Jorgensen there just because I want him? If it's completely unrealistic for it to happen, I think he's basically confirmed that Sanchez is going to start. We've got Cucurella at left back. He's pretty much our only left back at the club, and he's just incredible, world-class player. We've got Colwill and Fofana. That centre-back partnership, I don't really care if Colwill isn't operating at a completely elite level right now. I think we need to focus on having Cole and Fofana together as a centre-back partnership, working their best together, operating really well together, and those two together can really grow. I think Fofana brings out the best in Colwill, and I think Colwill brings a lot out for Fofana, which is fantastic. Then we have Reece James at right back. I know Enzo Maresca has said that he sees Reece James more as a midfielder. I think he'll play him out in that right back position, and I think when we go into the midfield, I think we'll see Cucurella or Reece James kind of moving into more central midfield areas throughout the game. I think that's a really good defence, and obviously I prefer Jorgensen in goal, but that back four I think is our strongest back four, which is absolutely fantastic. Moving into the additions of the midfielders, we have Caicedo there with Palmer and Enzo Fernandez in front. Now obviously Enzo kind of starts more next to Caicedo, but I think Cucurella or Reece James will kind of join Caicedo in that midfield pocket, and then we'll see Palmer in the 10 with Enzo coming up. I think when Enzo and Palmer are in those two kind of pockets behind the striker, it's genuinely unbelievable to see. I think it's absolutely fantastic to see Cole Palmer back in the starting 11. Hopefully he's fully fit. I mean, I think Enzo Maresca said he is, so that is a really good sign to see. And Enzo Fernandez, I think when he's operating in that kind of higher role and has that creativity, I think it's so good for him. Caicedo, as I said in that kind of intro, I'm a bit worried of him in regards to receiving a yellow card, but at the same time, I'd much rather him receive the yellow card in this really tough game. Although Brentford away next fixture is really difficult one, I think he can try and avoid one, but it will be difficult considering it's a big London derby. And yeah, that midfield is going to be operating well. I love Cucurella joining in on that left-hand side with Enzo and Caicedo. And then when Cucurella wants to stay back, maybe Reece James can come operate into the midfield and push up and maybe give some deliveries. But the attack is the reason I think we're going to win this game. Here it is. Madueke and Nicholas Jackson are back, and these two are the most crucial players Chelsea have at the moment. Genuinely, Palmer and Caicedo are great, but these two coming back is going to make such a big impact. And these two are the reason that I'm so confident that Chelsea will grab the win in this game. Because honestly, Spurs play the reason Chelsea fans get really annoyed and frustrated, and the reason that some people think we kind of don't really create those enough chances is a lot of teams will just park 11 people there, and there's no space for us to function as a transitioning team, which I think sometimes we're really good at. Now, Tottenham Hotspur, to Ange's maybe stupidity, he loves playing a high line and he loves leaving space for the players to run in behind. And that's absolutely fantastic for the Chelsea. So what we're going to do is we're going to play Noni Madueke and Nicholas Jackson, our two most direct players, and they're going to get in behind and hopefully score goals against Tottenham Hotspur. Because I think Madueke can take on whoever they have at left back as much as he can and just dominate that right hand side. And then Nicholas Jackson, I think, can really find some great gaps behind the line, which I'm really, really excited for. I think Neto back on the wing, he's done a really good job at striker. I think filling in for Nicholas Jackson is a really difficult job, but I think he did it well enough in my eyes. Now, moving back to the wing, he's someone that has rapid and he can explore the pace. I wouldn't play someone like Jadon Sancho in this game whatsoever because I think he's better operating against a low block where he can find those intricate details. Whereas Neto, Caicedo and Enzo have Neto and Madueke and Jackson as three different vehicles to kind of lob the balls over the top to, which is absolutely fantastic. And I hope Nicholas Jackson, my dream kind of outcome is that either Palmer or Nicholas Jackson get on the goal sheet, because Palmer needs it definitely to get that confidence up, get everything moving and get everything flowing. And coming back to that, honestly, once he gets one, I promise you, it will be genuinely like last season's Palmer. He'll be scoring every other second. And with Nicholas Jackson, I think he can get a goal and he can be like, right, I'm back for the run-in. I think this is really good. Now, the funny thing about this team that I'm showing you right now, this is 100% in my eyes our completely strongest team, without a question of a doubt, if Jorgensen was in goal for Sanchez. But overall, it's just ridiculously strong. I think I'm so confident of having a win with this team. The issue is if Sanchez in goal, if he has a bad game, then Spurs could win. That's kind of it. But the thing with it, when we played Spurs earlier in the season, Cucurella made two mistakes. Well, he didn't make a mistake. He fell over twice. When we were 2-0 down against Spurs, I had absolutely zero worries that we were going to lose. So anyway, let's move into my prediction now. I think that Chelsea are going to score some goals, 100%. I think a Chelsea-Tottenham game is really not going to have 0 goals, 100%. So I think we're going to score. I think, unfortunately, they might get a goal. I've just been hearing that Kulusevski might be out, so that's one of their biggest goal threats gone, which is really ideal. I think it's going to be high scoring, and I think Chelsea are going to really look to grab the win here. I think it's going to be a 3-1 is my prediction, because I think we're going to go into half time. I reckon we'll go into we'll score first. It'll be looking great. They'll equalise in like the 40th minute, and then we'll go into half time looking a bit shaky. Then I think until about the 70th minute, it'll look a bit dodgy. And then 70th to 90th minute, atmosphere, everything will go crazy. Bang, 2 goals on the trot. Chelsea win 3-1. Chelsea are back. We go into Brentford, confident, win that. Then Ipswich, win that. And before you know it, guys, we've secured ourselves Champions League. So I would absolutely love for you to let me know your score prediction and your starting 11 desires in the comment section down below. Hit subscribe if you enjoy the content. And thank you guys so much for watching. Bye-bye.